Drew, you've had a few games like Sunday, obviously. How fast does it take you to purge that kind of game and move on to the next?
24 hours, right? 24-hour rule for wins or losses. Anytime there's a road win, especially in the division like that, at this point in the season for us, that was a big win. Listen, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed the locker room after. We enjoyed the plane ride home and the bus ride home. But man, once Monday rolled around, it was time to get back to work and focus on the next opponent. And then obviously Tuesday, big day of prep yesterday, and then today getting our first day of practice in.
Physically, how big is it to recoup after a game like that, where you guys play a lot of plays, play an extra period?
Right. Goes overtime. 82 plays or 84 plays. It was a lot of plays, and it felt like I think everybody woke up Monday and you put in maybe a little extra time, just based upon how your body's feeling. In regards to maintenance and that kind of thing. See a lot of guys doing that. I think a lot of guys have developed pretty good habits in regards to getting their bodies back, and that's really what Monday and Tuesday is for, right? You watch the tape, you put that game to bed, make the adjustments or talk through the adjustments that need to be made, and then you're moving on to the next opponent and making sure that you're getting yourself ready to practice that week, have a great week of practice, great week of preparation.
Is 80% completion percentage, is that sustainable?
I don't see why not. I mean, listen, it's not easy. I think there's a high expectation level with our offense, and certainly my mindset when I take the field, within the framework of the offense, at the end of the day, you want to make great decisions, right? And that's both in the run game and in the pass game. Obviously, we have a lot of responsibility as a quarterback. But it's identifying matchups, it's making sure that you get positive plays, and, in just about every case, a completion is a positive play, right? And so, maybe that's the difference between you being 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 4, and that's when you look at the percentages of conversion at that rate, then that's a big deal. That's a difference maker, and those sustained drives and those help get points. So, I'm just going to keep doing my job and keep trying to make great decisions.
Drew, why have you guys been so effective in the fourth quarter?
Well, we talk through those situations. We practice those situations. I think we've got guys that obviously, once you get to the fourth quarter, that's crunch time. That's when you need to be as efficient as you possibly can. Guys need to step up and be able to make plays to help us win the game.
How much does having Mike help with the completion percentage?
Oh man, that's huge. He's a great target. He's a great matchup. When he's covered, then that usually means that somebody else is going to come open. So it's good to have the weapons that we have on offense. I think more so than that, it's good that everybody has the mindset that they have, and that is that at any time their number could be called. A play that in practice has gone to this guy and this guy, all of a sudden it becomes their play because of the way the coverage is now tilted, in their favor. So I think we talk through those situations. I try to make guys aware of that. We have smart guys that, we purposely go out and try to get those kind of guys.
Mike, what kind of advantage when he lines up in the slot? What kind of advantage?
Mike? Well, no matter where Mike is, it all comes down to Mike's drive, his competitive nature. You look Mike in the eye and you believe that he is going to get open no matter who's covering him, no matter what the situation. He just has that mentality. He's got the highest, you call it competes. Man, he's got the best competes I've ever seen in a guy. The guy wants to win on every single play, and he's going to give you his absolute best on every single play. That's a rare trait.
What about it seems like when he catches the ball and some guys, he just turns and gives them that look. Have you seen that before?
I see it in practice every day. Mike goes to another place, man. When it's time to compete, Mike goes to another place, and he flips the switch, and he's just puts on the cape, and here we go.
Drew, what have you seen from the Giants? I think Sean says they play a little bit more man-to-man than Atlanta. Atlanta played more zone.
Yeah, here's the thing. You can look at a team's tendencies and say that maybe they're, more weighted towards man or more weighted towards zone, and then you get out into the game and you have to see how they're going to play us, right? And so, these guys certainly are capable of playing a lot of man, capable of playing zone too. We're just going to have to wait and see, be prepared for anything, and try to exploit the matchups when we get them.
As far as, I'm sorry, I wasn't here last week, so if you were asked about this, I apologize. But
Yeah.
a lot's been made of like the hits with Clay Matthews and stuff like that, defenseless players and hits on the quarterback. Do you have a feeling about that? Do you feel like it is protecting the quarterback? Do you feel like it's become a little bit too sensitive for defensive players?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, the main rule here is the protecting the quarterback in the pocket, right? When you're in a vulnerable position, the low hits, the late hits, the driving, the QB into the ground. Listen, all those things benefit me, right? Benefit the quarterback. But I will say, just from what I've seen in regards to what's being called now, I think it'd be hard to be a defensive player right now. It'd be hard to be a defensive lineman right now, and just knowing what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, especially for a bigger quarterback. Like if you're going to tackle a guy like Roethlisberger or Cam Newton or something like that, you gotta give it all you can to get those guys down. And so is that going to be deemed as too much? Some of those hits I look at and say, man, that was just a good football. That's just a good tackle. It's a good hard-nosed football play. And others you look at and say, listen, he hit him in the head, or he drove him into the ground. That was legit. It's hard. I mean, it's a bang-bang call for an official, right? Are they going to start reviewing every one of these now? I don't know. I'll let the competition committee worry about that. I'm just going to worry about playing ball.
Drew, you'll probably get this question a lot over the next couple of weeks, but any thoughts or within striking distance of the passing yards record at all?
Nope. One at a time. One at a time. That stuff takes care of itself.
As far as for us, it's a big deal because Eli's from here, Odell's from here.
Yeah.
I know your kids go to the same school as them. Do you still have a relationship with them? What is your relationship with them?
Yeah.
Is it kind of neat playing against guys that
No.
are from the city that you represent?
Yeah, listen, I think I told the story back, when we played them last time in the Dome a couple years ago, and it was right before Halloween, and my son wanted to go as Odell Beckham Jr. for Halloween like 2 days before we were about to play him. And I'm like, no, you can get the jersey after we play these guys, but you're not getting it beforehand. And so then my son was all bummed out when, that was that crazy game, 52-49, and I come up in the family area after, and my oldest son is bummed out because, Odell and Eli lost. I was like, whose son are you? But no, listen, my boys are football fans, man. They love it. And obviously there's Newman pride, for the guys that came through Newman, the Mannings and Odell. Yeah, I played in a Pro Bowl or two with Odell. Man, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player. Eli's been doing it a long time at an extremely high level. A lot of respect for him. So, yeah, both those guys.
Has he grown out of the Odell phase? Is he rooting for you guys this week?
Yeah, it's funny. This year was, taking them to the Pro Bowl this past year. They're at the age now where you bring them in the locker room and they can have conversations with guys, and they're older and a bit more mature, but still just like, this is crazy life for them right now, to have that kind of access. But yeah, they're football junkies, they're football junkies.
At this stage in your career, is it meaningful in any way to be able to just have evidence that you're producing at not just the level of your prime, but even greater than it, perhaps, and is it validating?
Listen, I've always had a goal that I want to continue to get better each and every year. And so sometimes you can't always measure that, but the thing that's tough about our position is there's, if a guy breaks free and I scramble and then I throw the ball away and I avoid a sack, well, how does that show up in the stat sheet? It shows up 0 for 1, right? So that could be deemed as a bad thing. But in fact, that was a good thing. You avoided a negative play. You threw the ball away. You gave your offense a chance to be in a better situation, right? So there's certain things that stats don't always show as to your true production. But I know deep down, man, I want to be a great decision maker. I want to build confidence with my offense. I want to be in control of the huddle. I want to lead the huddle. I want to make those guys believe, right, and get the best out of them. And then I want to make great decisions when I have the opportunity, right, and then produce. So as long as I'm able to do those things, then that's what drives me. That's what I work for, every time out.
Was there any good humor maybe when I guess they would have been reviewing the video of your spin move on the touchdown with the offense or anything? Anyone say anything that stuck with you that you enjoyed? Or?
Well, no, I mean, the best thing is so I coach all my boys in flag football, right? And so I made the comment after the game about, I tell them all the time spin moves are good. They don't believe me, and so we had practice on Monday with all the teams, and the first thing all the kids said to me was, "We saw this spin move. It worked." And I was like, "See, I told you so." So the video evidence, it's good when you can back it up with action, and so they're not just giving it lip service. So hopefully we're gonna get some spin moves in Friday's games, in Friday's flag football games.
Thanks, guys.
I guess.
Thanks.